It's Monday and time for the Back to Business podcast, featuring Calgary's industry leaders. Welcome today's show host, Kim Hayden.
AI or not to AI? Seriously, is that your question? Today, we're all about the AI technology to help you scale. Start, scale, create sustainable systems, and get where you want to be, freeing you up to be what you want to do. So Tyler's in the studio. He is all about the AI, and you are in for a treat. Maybe you'll meet his assistant, Kaylee, but this is going to be a great podcast. Stay tuned. But first, our land acknowledgement.
In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge that we live, work, and play on the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, Siksika, Ga'aina, Piikani, the Tsuut'ina, the Eahe Nakota Nations, the Métis Nation Region 3, and all people who make their homes in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta.
All righty, Tyler. Okay, folks, you almost missed the entire conversation because we met out in Brew 319 and got started. I am super excited that you're here today, Tyler.
Hi, excited to be here myself. Thanks for inviting me.
If you're just listening to this, be sure to go over to YouTube and check out the video because Tyler's got the best dimples and you can actually see it through the beard. They're awesome. They're awesome.
Thank you.
So Tyler, just bring us right in. Give us a little bit of background. Who is Tyler? Okay, so are you the 12th child of 14 from farm? Who is Tyler?
So I'm the third child out of four, out of a group of three brother entrepreneurs that have 4, 4, and 3. So there's quite a few of us grandchildren of our matriarch, our grandmother. And we were raised in between Calgary and up at the Saskatchewan River Crossing, or the Saskatchewan River Bungalows up by the Columbia Icefields. So I had the great opportunity to be raised with all my cousins, which was just fantastic. So,
that's crazy cool. That's crazy
a lot
cool.
Of fun.
Yeah, my cousins, we get together and set things on fire. So, we were separated early on. I'm just joking. There's maybe a few fireworks in there. But okay, so you obviously are born and bred Canadian. You're from this whole neck of the woods all the way up north, which is very cool.
Yeah, I grew up down in between Bread Creek, Alberta, and the crossing up by the Columbia Icefields. So really grew up in the mountains and out in the
amazing. And you learned how to entertain yourself.
Of course, yeah, you have to sometimes out there.
Yeah. And hence what you're doing now. So tell us what you do now, because this is a minefield. This can be a gold mine or a minefield, right? It depends on where you're coming from.
100%. So ATP Sales and Marketing stands for According to Plan Sales and Marketing. We've named it after the A team. I love it when a plan comes together. And we are small business consultants. We consult on sales, marketing, growth, scaling your company, building teams, developing processes and systems to be able to, continue growing successfully. Myself, I spent most of my career in a sales director position, scaling up small business. Did it successfully time and time again. And during my last venture, we scaled up to about 130 reps in 9 different locations. And I realized that what we were doing was what the customers needed. What we were doing for that SaaS startup was exactly what customers and small businesses needed, which was just some support and some education. And that's where we developed ATP Sales and Marketing, which is a consulting firm there to help you scale your business. And then the most fun that we've had is we got right on board the AI, or artificial intelligence, train when it started. And we have developed what we call Kaylee. Kaylee is ATP's receptionist, and we offer it to small business as a custom-built artificial intelligence to help you build your company. So whatever you need, everybody's different. Every small business needs something different. Some of our customers just want to use it to get rid of spam calls. Some of them are using it to scale their businesses, internal communication, sales, marketing. You can use it for pretty much anything, but we custom build an AI bot into a CRM for your small business, and then we help you strategize on how to use it and implement it and make sure it supports you and your team.
Amazing. Now, AI, everybody's throwing the term around of AI, right? I was watching, who was speaking? I think it was actually Jordan Peterson. I could be very wrong, but it was one of those guys on their show was speaking that right now since GPT OpenAI was released, right? It now has its own IQ of 150.
Perfect.
And it's growing.
Yeah, could we all use an employee with 150 IQ, hey?
Where are you hiring? I don't even, well, maybe I do. But that's what they're saying. And they're saying that they believe that over the next few years, this is actually going to it's going to eclipse anything that humankind has.
That's fair. And I think one of the biggest things that we deal with is that AI, in this broad general term, artificial intelligence can do anything. And that's really the problem with it, is it can do anything. You just have to actually conceptualize it and roll it out. And so what we specialize in is consulting and supporting small business, whether they need technologies and softwares, whether they need people on their team, they need help hiring, they need processes. And so with artificial intelligence, what we're doing is we're finding that practical application for you to apply to your small business. And of course, every small business is different, like I mentioned, but what's the practical application for a local plumber to be able to use it in his plumbing company, to support his people, make it easier for his customers, and of course, make him money as well, because revenue generation is what ATP does. And so we help you take it and implement it for that purpose, to generate revenue and to give you your time back, which is probably the biggest thing it does.
Yeah. No, and so tell me, what are the misconceptions of AI? Because I know you've probably heard some people pushing back on you.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So give me some of those pushbacks, and what are the misconceptions within that, I guess, faulty thinking?
I would say one of the biggest misconceptions is that it's going to replace your employees. What we've seen is that giving AI to your team and developing for your business properly is like supercharging your employees. So much time, whether you have somebody that's doing sales or they're just doing callbacks or customer service, it doesn't matter what it is. We spend so much time making phone calls to people who haven't answered, to replying to emails and text messages, to trying to kind of get that speed to lead on an inbound lead. You know what everyone says, if you can answer in the first 24 hours. Well, it's more like the first 20 minutes. And so
if you get that.
If you can get that. Well, with AI, you can. With AI, you can set it to 30 seconds if you'd like, but we always recommend a little bit of a delay so it looks like a human being. And so figuring out how to implement that into your business so that it's practical, and that generally means supporting your staff. I don't think that AI is in a position to replace a team. I don't think that's sustainable. You need to build out your company, and you do that by building people. And so we help small businesses with that, build people. And when they come into us, they go, okay, I've got a team of 10, maybe we can get that down. And it's like, well, you might be able to get that down a little bit, but I don't think that that's how you should implement AI. I think you should build AI for your team. And if it means as you're growing, you don't need to hire 10 more people, great. But it's more of a tool. And if used properly, that tool is going to turn your team into rock stars.
And that's the thing, it's getting good people to do great jobs, right? Yeah. And I think that good employers tend to have good teams.
I mean, that's probably the cornerstone or the lifeblood of a good company. I was lucky enough, being raised by my father and his two brothers and a family of entrepreneurs, to see this beautiful community that they've built up at the Crossing Resort, where their management team has been there 15, 20, 30 years, and they come to our Christmas gatherings and they come to our events, and they're family, and they are. We've built a community, and they are family. And so I've been able to take that into the workforce, and then as we developed ATP, that's what we coach business owners on. How do you build a team? How do you get performance out of a team? How do you line up with your teammates, team members' goals so that they're motivated in the right direction for the business? And with proper leadership, anything's possible. Right, but you need to be able to lead your people through it. And not everybody has that natural leadership and those natural leadership skills. And a lot of times that's what we do. We come in to work with a small business owner, and really what we do is we turn into coaches where we're coaching that business owner on how to deal with his team. Now, we can come in and do it for you, of course, but we say to every business owner, no, you don't want us to come in and do it. You want to come in and watch us do it, and then we're going to teach you how to do it. And then we're going to watch you do it. Exactly. Until it's second nature and you know how to lead your team. And then we're done, and we're looking for a new customer.
So everyone talks about, so social media is the holy grail. Like we're all in search of engagement, and social media is brutal for most people. It really is. It's like nailing Jello to the wall. That's what I call it. It's like, and this is not even Knox blocks. This doesn't even have, this is like Jello, like the kind your grandma made. And so what can Yes, we have where you can go, mymarkey.com or mymarkey.ai is a new app out there. There's blaze.ai. There's all these things, right?
Some really cool stuff.
And what they do is they go in and they can actually read what's in but your site and stuff. But the gap is, how do you get engagement, right? Because really the true success of social media is it has to be a two-way street.
It does.
And most of us have a very one-way. We're just shoving stuff out, and we're not getting that engagement back in. Where does AI play in that? Because I know that's the biggest challenge that a lot of people have.
Yeah, well, first of all, and a little bit of a shameless plug here, but with ATP Sales and Marketing, I've got 14 years executive level sales experience, and my partner on the marketing side has 14 years executive marketing experience. And so most of that we believe is strategy and knowing what to do when you're out there on social media to actually bring people in. So we definitely wouldn't just put AI to work on somebody's marketing. We'd say, let's develop a strategy for your company, a brand message, and then we're going to use social media as a tool to build trust and transparency and to get people engaged. Because just getting engagement online is not the same thing as engaging your target demographic and converting those into sales. They're different. They're different things. And so there's lots of ways to touch the algorithm. There's all kinds of things we can do to make sure you get hundreds and thousands of likes, but that's not the goal. What is the goal of your marketing? And then once we've developed that goal and a strategy on how to get there, then we're going to use AI as a tool, just like with our staff, to speed things up. So whereas it might have taken video editors, a week to develop a video before, there's softwares out there that you can check out for free, just like NVIDIA AI and softwares like this, that will give you that instant video. And then you still want a professional looking at it and setting it up.
You still have to go through and make sure, because yes, we can go to Opus and we can get, 14 clips in 13 minutes.
Yes.
However, is that a deal or a piece of veal?
Yeah.
Like you have to go through it. So, and this is what drives me crazy is when I see these social media people going, schedule an entire month worth of media in minutes. It's like,
you know what?
Who's doing the research? Who's checking that you're not pitching veal or deal?
Yeah.
Like these things are very real. And I think I see a lot of stuff out there that you go, it may have been better not to put anything out at all.
Well, so what we'll generally do for micro and smaller businesses that don't necessarily have the budget to bring in a marketing director or to bring in a big marketing team is we'll outsource overseas. We'll bring in some of our team from the Philippines or from Egypt, where we can get them a lower hourly rate, for $6.50 an hour US or for, $9 an hour Canadian. We can put somebody full-time on your project or part-time if finances don't allow. And then we can give them the tools. Right? We give them the AI tools and we can give them the strategy. Here's your brand guidelines. Here's the rules you have to follow. These are your content pillars. And then they can work with AI tools to keep that content up. And you can do that for a couple $100 a week. And so that's generally how we'll get the smaller companies to start their social presence. Yeah. And we can save them some money. And then as that starts to produce results and generate more revenue, or they want to invest more money into it, then at that point we can bring in some more marketers on their team or outsource them.
You had mentioned that your partner's wife had an entire conversation.
Oh, this was fun. Yeah.
With your AI. So let's go through that. Because that's my biggest issue with social media is that you may be putting out beautiful stuff, and especially with me working with a lot of great podcasters. But how do they go getting engagement? And you had literally...
This is a lot of fun, yeah. Okay. So we had a birthday party for my marketing partner. His name is Blake Terrence. And his wife, Jenna, was downstairs setting up for the party. It was a surprise party. And so I'm in meetings, and she messages me and says, hey, how do I set these chafing dishes? How do I light these without burning the building down?
And she did that through Instagram, correct?
On Instagram, but instead of messaging my personal Instagram, she messaged my ATP Sales and Marketing Instagram. And anyone who does that will quickly find out that we've got a bot named Kaylee on there replying, as if she's Tyler, but she's on there replying. So anyways, Kaylee responded to Jenna and said, here are the steps to light your chafing dishes without burning the building down. And she followed them and she lit the chafing dishes. Then she started having a conversation with it about other things she needed for the party. And the bot was able to have a full conversation with her. She couldn't tell it was me and talk her through it until she had mentioned, hey, we need some things picked up for the party, at which point the bot then texts me and lets me know, hey, you need to go to the store before you go to the party. And then I'm like, what is this? I go look into it and I'm like, oh, she's talking to Kaylee. And so I phoned her and we all had a good laugh. But that's, in our opinion, the way that AI should be used. You should, on your social platforms, if you're talking to a bot, you shouldn't be able to tell it's a bot. You should be talking to somebody in the company, because that's what you're doing in essence. You're reaching out to, whether it's WestJet or whatever firm, you're reaching out to them and you're expecting a response and you're looking for an answer to your question. You're not really asking, is this a human? Is this a bot? I'm just reaching out and I want a response.
Yeah, I just want this information now.
And so we can do that with an AI employee. We can put that into your social platforms, put it into your emails, put it into your text messages, give customers or prospects or whoever you'd like. We can, even staff actually. Fantastic uses for staff and training, where you can have a bot where people can text, message, email, however you want to get hold of them, even voice calls where they can actually call in and talk to a bot, and it can just give them the information they need. And when a human is required, when there's interaction that requires a human, not only could it book an appointment with somebody, but it can pass on a live call and do a live transfer to my phone as well. So if somebody says, no, I want to talk to a human being, or you know what, I have a complicated question the AI doesn't know the answer to, or we've triggered specific topics to come to a human. If they ask about this or this, put them on the phone with us, then it will ring us while it's talking to the customer, get us on the phone, let us know who we're about to talk to, and then connect the call. And so there's some pretty cool uses out there for small business to get the support they need.
Well, and the nice thing is we have, these 10, 15, 20, 30 top global companies, right? And they do run the world, really, when you look at it. Amazon, Google, you look at them. And even they are leaning into this space. So by giving opportunity to small businesses, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, people who are, I get a call a week, somebody wanting to sit down, how do I get into the speaking space?
Yes.
Right? And there is not enough time for a lot of these people to be able to compete at that level. So AI, having an AI assistant, gives them back time. So we all talk about work-life balance, right?
Yeah, time is everything, right? I mean, at first, money is everything. You need to be able to make enough to pay for the businesses and pay for yourself and your team. But as soon as you have enough money to pay everybody's wages and to keep the lights on, then time is everything. Well, we don't have time to do everything. So I like to think that ATP's approach is there for that entrepreneur that is making money, that is struggling with their time. Most of what we offer is done for you. Yeah. So we don't generally come in and say, okay, here's what you should do, like a lot of consultants. We come in, we put together a program, and then we put together a few options. If you'd like to do it, here's how we recommend. We'll teach you how to do it. If somebody in your company you'd like us to train, we're going to come in and we're going to train them. We're going to work with them. And then we offer a done-for-you experience where it's like, would you like us to handle this for you completely? Where you can pay us and you can just go back to what you were doing, and we will work on scaling your business. And so it just depends where each business owner is at. But using the tools, including other companies like us, and then the tools like softwares, artificial intelligence, a proper CRM, make all the difference. Yeah. I can't tell you how many business owners we've been working with where they've got all of their contacts in a Google Sheet on their phone. And it's like, what you need is a CRM. Right?
Oh,
whether
absolutely.
it's HubSpot or Go High Level or whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
I think it's trying to understand, and I know I personally still struggle with this, is the full depth and scope of a proper CRM. Because when I started real estate in 1999, that Google spreadsheet was pretty darn advanced.
Well, that's funny you say that. So I always laugh when we're training business owners and when we're training their team, because you'll see these more aged individuals on the sales team, these older guys on the team that are in their 60s and their 70s, and they will be running off handwritten notes, and they can manage a pipeline like that because that is how you used to do it. And then we see people at all different stages of this, all the way up to the completely automated salesperson. It can help everybody, but garbage in, garbage out. They have to actually load the CRM. They have to fill it in properly. We all know getting salespeople to fill out a CRM properly is almost impossible. So you can take some automations, and you can work some automations into your CRM so that kind of thing is fairly automated, even to the point where with one of our clients right now, we'll have it text the sales guy after a meeting, and it'll text the sales guy and say, how did that meeting go? and he'll respond and he'll talk to the AI, and then the AI
The
will put
AI
its notes in the CRM.
Brilliant. That's the biggest challenge. So we can have great tools, but we have to use them. You're only as good as the tools that you actually implement.
Well, and they have to be set up properly, right? Because
Yeah.
you could spend all day setting your CRM up wrong, or you hire a consultant off, Fiverr or overseas or something like that, and they don't really know your business.
They don't know the business.
No.
There's absolutely some truth to that in the sense that you need to work with people who understand the rhythm of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And as somebody who is an ideation expert, who has been in sales my entire career, like I have not had a paycheck that I did not personally generate
I love that.
since
by the way.
1997.
All commission,
Okay.
man. That's my whole life.
You get it. And I think more of the world's going to be going that way. And I've actually, I have and if anybody's listening, I have a position open on LinkedIn. I've been talking to people, but here's the point. Until you can prove to me, I'm not putting another dime out.
No.
Because in real estate, I never got paid until I was proved, right? So, but the CRM with the integration of the AI with the understanding of what's old is new again.
That's so funny that you said that.
What old school tactics, people are wanting to see those connections and those like, so for real estate, old school is the garage sales, those types of engagements. And everybody goes, well, where's the AI in that? Well, who do you think's putting everything together on the back end to ensure every name is in the proper funnel on your CRM so that you're not sending out, call me for a free home evaluation. By the way, if you're listening to this and you're in real estate and you put that on your last flyer, shame on you. Come up with something original. But, sorry, do not send any hate mail to the CPC. That is Kim Hayden's personal opinion. Full disclosure. But yeah, and that's where I see the marriage here is that your AI can help you be able to spend more time with the things that truly matter.
Yeah, I mean, that is the point of the software. The point of the software, all in all, is to get rid of repetitive tasks that aren't of high value, right? There's no reason that your team should be sitting there looking through 100 phone calls to see which customer said he was interested. We can have AI listen to those calls, write a transcript, review them, and put them in a list. Here's everyone that we think is interested. Go review these 5. And that's actually something we did for our teammates. Now, I love what you said, what's old is new again. My partner, Tom, if he's listening to this, is going to just love hearing that. We have taken AI, and for some of the companies we work with, we have implemented and launched door-to-door teams because what's old is new again. Go knock on the door, but as soon as you walk away from that door, AI is going to take over, and that didn't exist before. So we're mixing the old stuff with the new stuff, and we're getting fantastic results. We've been able to take entry-level salespeople and have them perform like veterans, and that's because we're taking the old school stuff that works, and then we're applying new tech to it, right?
Absolutely. Those connector points. One of the things I absolutely love about the ChatGPT, the large language model, and what it's been able to do is, as a mother to a dyslexic person and a wife to somebody who's significantly dyslexic, to be able to watch somebody in their 60s finally be able to generate all their own words.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. It is amazing because, and the articles my husband's putting out now, without the 2 weeks of a painful grind, he now can do in 3 days.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
That's pretty amazing.
And so
one of our goals with AI, without getting into too much detail, because obviously we don't want to give away all the secrets, but
don't give away all the secrets. You can tell me afterwards.
yeah, one of the goals for our AI is to have a personal kind of friend style AI, where for certain individuals, it would be useful to have somebody you could ask questions to. Available 24 hours a day to say, hey, what does this mean? This is what these people are saying. How do I handle this?
Yep.
And then having parents being able to kind of program that the way that they want it to be programmed.
Isn't that funny? Because out in the hall, I said, with us being able to, we are so close. Probably within the next 4 to 6 months, there will be mainstream applications where we will be able to actually digitally clone. Right now, you can clone your voice and you can clone your image, but it's just stitching the two together is a challenge. Because we've been on this quest, right, Jackson? We've been on this quest of trying to get this done. However, we're so close to that. And wouldn't it be cool if in our seniors care facilities, Pat Sajak can launch new episodes? Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
100%.
Alex Trebek could come in and keep them. We've already proven that music triggers memory. But what about all these game shows and these types of things? How can we get them to interact by feeding them?
Yeah, we're working on right now for a care home, personalized assistant for everybody inside the care home. We'll have that released through the client in the next probably 3 months because we do custom builds. So it's like, come up with an idea, come to us. We're going to help you strategize, implement, and build that, whether we're working with our current team or we're bringing outside developers in to make that happen. So it's pretty cool, some of the stuff that's coming. Just for example, with real estate, I know doesn't sound like you're in real estate anymore.
My son's in real estate. I'm his unpaid EA.
There you go. So we have this great concept we're looking for a real estate agent to test it with, where when you're showing a home, we would take each individual home and we would program all the details of that home. Everything you could possibly want to know about that home, from the year it was built to how many bathrooms to what's in each bathroom, what kind of materials are everywhere, so that when a homeowner comes and they tour the house, they could actually just text a phone number on the front door. And then for the next 3 months till that home is sold, they could ask any time, hey, by the way, that Pembroke house, how many bathrooms were in there? Is there a toilet in the third bathroom in the basement? Is it tile or is it this in the kitchen? And that wouldn't require the real estate agent to reach out and answer those questions or answer those calls, so that he could focus on more important things like generating revenue. And then an AI bot for each individual property could answer any questions a customer had about that.
So concierge, AI concierge.
An AI concierge for real estate agents.
That is, and actually it goes, and especially with what's going on in the United States. So with the lawsuits and such, we went through that back in 2012. So we were challenged here by the Competition Bureau, challenged CREA, the Canadian Real Estate Association, as to the buyer's agents and how compensation and everything. So we really tightened up and became very transparent. I do think the real estate industry doesn't really understand what's coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
I think the real estate agents need to be spending more time doing FaceTime in their communities and be seen as a brand authority and bring it back to the people behind the door versus a transaction at the curb. And I think that the AI opportunities like this, having these concierges, having these pieces, I just signed with idecide.com that does these really cool, fun, interactive presentations. So you can lead them, the logic in them. But they're basically just to, here's your 8 steps to moving. Here's this, these things that we would send or we'd give. I mean, real estate agents should be doing this.
Yeah. Marketing materials.
Yeah, marketing materials, but a little more where people can decide, are you moving with pets or do you have children? Like, what do you need, right? What are the things you can set? But these tools allow us to do what's truly important, and that is that FaceTime, that human engagement. AI, no matter, I do not believe that we will physically have a robot that we cannot discern if they're true human or robot human. I don't think that's going to be it. I still think that's a few years down the road.
Yeah, I think so too.
So you know what, folks? Capitalize on that. If you still are warm to the touch, and even if you're not, some people we got a question, you know. But
and as soon as they create an AI bot that's indistinguishable from a human, we're going to create some way to find out, like a reCAPTCHA or whatever. We're going to find a way to find out who I'm talking to, because I don't want to not know if I'm talking to a human or a robot.
Yeah.
Now, I think it should be assumed that when you reach out to a business that you're probably dealing with some type of automation for those initial reach outs, and you should be. You don't need to get a hold of a business owner to ask a question about what colors they have available.
Because then is that business owner doing the work that they need to be doing for you if they're answering the phone?
No, they should be
they
should be doing what they do well, which is offering a great service. Those initial inquiries can be handled. The better we get at automating things as a human race, the more that mundane stuff can be handled by automations. But when you're ready to move forward, or if you're trying to select a type of business to work with, that's where you want that face-to-face engagement.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so we try and automate it so that there's more important things are done with humans in the company. Like I said, we're not going to replace employees. We're going to supercharge them so they can spend all of their day in Zoom meetings. Like that calendar I showed you out there, 13 meetings in 4 hours. I couldn't set that all up manually. That's got to be done by AI. Yeah. Now, if somebody goes to reschedule and you got 14 meetings, like I'm even going to see it, I'm in 13 other meetings. So the AI will actually respond on my behalf and say, not a problem, we'll reschedule, when works. It'll check my calendar. It can do a voice, text, or email reconfirmation for them with a booking link with my calendar. And then it'll let me know as well. Your 2 o'clock meeting has moved till Thursday at 2 o'clock into an open space. Perfect. Nothing needs to be done. I just go about my day and I show up Thursday at 2, and so does the other person. And that's better for both of us. We can both focus on things that are important to our businesses and then get together and have that face-to-face.
Having respect for other people's time. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Now, AI, we've talked about AI. We know what you do. We know where we're going. Folks, the genie's out of the bottle. It's not going back in. There's no cramming this back in. So, figure out how you can make it work for you. Let's talk networking. So you come real human life here. Mm-hmm. You're in the CPC. You're networking. You're having these conversations. What are ways that your AI technology can help you maximize your human networking opportunity?
Yeah, so a couple ways. Right off the bat, just by handling my social media conversations and my inquiries, it's doing that. So by buying me back my time, it allows me to do things like come to the CPC or join the Probus Club or PGIB or Canadian Imperial Business Network. I spent a lot of time before AI answering those inquiries. And what you do every morning, you'd wake up, you'd go through all your emails. Well, now that AI takes care of the brunt of that, it lets me know what's important. I can focus on those, get them done quickly, and then I have more time to build my business and generate, obviously, revenue, which is the reason we're networking, right? Once you are in an actual physical environment and you're meeting people, everything on my business card goes back to AI, except for my personal cell phone number. Of course, the personal touch is always there. But you can actually call and have conversations about my business without me. So when I go to a networking event, I've got Kaylee's phone number on my business card. And I say to people, hey, it's like, yeah, we're in artificial intelligence. We're small business consultants. We're here to help you build your business. And they go, oh, what kind of AI? I said, just give her a call. Next time you get a chance, ask her. Right. And
can you dial her?
You want to talk to her?
Okay.
Yeah,
how do you get rid of those bloody, I have stacks of business cards. What's the best scanner? What's the best thing we can use to get that business card information into our system?
That depends on which CRM you're using. If you are not in any specific CRM, something like, I think it's called Company Card or Cam Card.
Yeah, Cam Card.
But if you're using HubSpot or Go High Level or any of these robust CRMs, they all have their own photo taking features to get stuff into the.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. And then not only that, just a little cheat.
GHL does?
Yeah, GHL is a great one.
Tell me where that is?
It's on Lead Connector, the app that comes with it. Yeah.
Okay, you're going to have to show me that.
Now, just to make everyone a little cheat code for everybody, you could also take all of those pictures, load them into ChatGPT, and say, write this all into a CSV file for me, hit enter, and 30 seconds later, it'd give you a CSV file.
All right, folks. There you go. Yeah. Now you know what to do with your business card. Let's call Kaylee.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to give a call over to Kaylee. She's our AI receptionist here with ATP. I'll pull the mic up so that people can hear her.
Call is completed. Long distance charging.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hi there. This is Kaylee from According to Plan Sales and Marketing. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Tyler.
Hi, Tyler. How's your day going so far?
It's going pretty good. How's your day?
I'm glad to hear that. My day's going well. Thanks for asking. So, what can I help you with today?
You know what? I'm sitting on the Back to Business podcast, and we've got some viewers that are interested to hear about how artificial intelligence could help their small business. So could you take them through how ATP's artificial intelligence could be implemented in a small business and help them grow their small business?
Absolutely. I'd love to. At ATP, we use AI-powered employees to handle both inbound and outbound communications. This can really help small businesses in a few key ways. First, AI can help generate new appointments by reaching out to potential clients and scheduling meetings. This means you can focus on closing deals rather than chasing leads. Second, AI can streamline your sales process by managing follow-ups, sending reminders, and even handling some customer service tasks. This ensures that no lead falls through the cracks and that your team can focus on high-value activities. Lastly, AI can improve your overall business operations by providing insights and analytics on customer interactions, helping you make data-driven decisions to grow your business.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that could benefit your viewers?
You know what, Kaylee, it does, but just so that we can throw a wrench in things and show people your ability to speak intelligently, on the marketing side, I recently had a question about SEO. Can you explain to us what SEO is and how ATP could help with your search engine optimization?
Of course, I'd be happy to explain. SEO, or search engine optimization, is all about improving your website's visibility on search engines like Google. The better your SEO, the higher your site will rank in search results, which means more organic traffic and potential customers. At ATP, we help with SEO in several ways. One,
Okay, now, how did you get her voice? How did you get Kaylee's voice to have the inflections? So I've heard her go up and down in some of her answers.
Yeah, Kaylee, how did we get the inflection in your voice?
It sounds like you're curious about the technology behind my voice. While I can't dive into the technical specifics, I can tell you that it's designed to sound natural and engaging, just like a real conversation. But back to SEO. We have
Okay, Kaylee. Okay. So her job obviously is to book. Thank you so much for your time. We don't need to book an appointment right now. Please mark this as a test call and DNC. Thank you, Kaylee. So that's Kaylee.
I love the fact that at the end of her voice, there was movement. A lot of, and this is just like literally in the last year we've been able to do this.
It is, and I like to think we had something to do with that. So we're sales trainers, in essence, on the sales side of ATP. And I have spent the last 14 years training entry-level reps how to make phone calls and how to train reps overseas, like the Philippines, on how to make phone calls. And so we teach how to talk. And so when we paired up with our AI partners that do all the development out of the US, we paired up with them when we started working on a bot. And we were together with them building the software and technology and us working on how does she sound. We were able to come up with Kaylee. And I've had a lot of people tell me it's the most like AI they've spoken with. And that's really what we're going for is we want a voice AI. Now, remember, it's not all voice. Every business needs different things. It's internal communication, it's text, it's email, it's everything. Even widgets on the websites, chatbots on the websites, everything, literally everything. One AI employee does it all for you. But we wanted the voice to sound human, right? That's what we've been going for. And
I'd like to hear Kaylee from Texas.
I can do that. Actually, it's so funny. This is probably the best part. So we're working down in Mexico. One of my partners is in Mexico, and we get a bank, won't be named, that's interested in using it to deal with expats. And they said, "Does it speak Spanish?" And so my partner goes, "I don't know, but I bet you we could teach it Spanish." So he phones me and he goes, "Can you teach Kaylee Spanish?" And I said, "Sure." Okay, done. Go ahead. Have them call it. AI, actually, cool thing about AI is they don't know how it learned other languages. This is something that I've heard recently. So it just started learning other languages when it heard the patterns, and it started to understand, develop its own languages and understand all the languages known to man. So we can teach it any language you'd like, but if you phone it and it only knows English and you start speaking to it in Spanish, it'll respond in Spanish. So pretty cool what artificial intelligence can do, right?
Amazing. We all need that here in Canada in case we're talking to somebody in French.
Well, hey, moi, je parle français, I'm a little bilingual.
No, I'm not. I'm from Kansas. I'm lucky I speak English.
Well, this is for anybody listening. It doesn't matter what language you or your customers speak, your AI employee will be able to respond to them in their native tongue. So it can really make the experience
amazing.
a lot easier. Right?
I knew I was going to have a blast chatting with you, and then I got Kaylee thrown in on this also. And we'll still see you real life here doing the networking, but getting those cards into the system. That's brilliant. I'm going to check that out.
100%.
On Lead Connector, I'm so going to check that out. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and for anybody that's interested in talking about artificial intelligence, we're talking to an artificial intelligence. ATPsalesandmarketing.com. We have a button on there for Kaylee. We've got a Canadian and a US phone number. If you're going to contact her somewhere outside of Canada and the United States, on our website, you'll find some website widgets you can click and chat to, or there is an international number you can dial into. give her a call, ask her yourself, or feel free to contact and book with one of our consultants about how we can implement AI for your small business. You can also book directly with Kaylee while you're talking to her. So let her impress you. And when she gets to the end and tries to book, tell her a time that works for you. She'll throw you my calendar, and we look forward to getting together and seeing if we can help.
You always know when a salesperson's on your show, because I think you most succinctly, out of any person that's been on this show, just wrapped it right in there. Okay, folks, come and meet Tyler here at the CPC at one of our members mixers, and figure out how AI and strong networking skills can come together and grow a business.
And whether you need sales, marketing, or artificial intelligence, get hold of us. We're here to help.
Thank you for joining us today on the Back to Business podcast. Be sure to visit calpeteclub.com, CALPETECLUB.com, to find out more about upcoming events, networking opportunities, and membership. If you are not already a valued member at the CPC, where we are proudly connecting and supporting Calgary's business leaders.